coming out of the noise of the day. Tonight, 6 people who reached toward Jesus in 6 different kinds of need, and were met, every one of them, exactly where they were. Breathe in slowly and out. The anchor of every story tonight, reach out. He is already reaching back. The leper. There was a man who hadn't been touched by another human hand in years. Leprosy meant exile from his community, his family, the ordinary warmth of human closeness. He came to Jesus, knelt, and said, "Lord, if you are willing, you can make me clean." Jesus reached out and touched him, not after the healing, before. A real, willing hand placed on skin the rest of the world refused to come near. Then he said, "I am willing, be clean." If you have ever felt untouchable, set apart by something you carry, something you can't fix, he is not waiting for you to clean yourself up first. He is already moving toward you. Reach out, he is already reaching back. The paralyzed man. A man who could not get to Jesus on his own, had 4 friends who would not accept that his situation was the end of his story. They carried him to a house where Jesus was teaching, found the crowd too thick to enter, climbed onto the roof, tore it open, and lowered him down through the hole right in front of Jesus. Jesus looked at him and said, "First, friend, your sins are forgiven. Then, get up, take your mat, and go home." He saw the hidden wound before the visible one. He healed the soul before he healed the body. If you cannot find your own way tonight, let yourself be carried. And if something deeper than what's visible is weighing on you, he sees that too. Reach out, he is already reaching back. The woman. For 12 years, a woman had suffered, spending everything she had on doctors, growing only worse, living with both the physical exhaustion of her condition and the quiet isolation of being considered unclean. She pressed through an enormous crowd and thought, "If I just touch the edge of his garment, I will be healed." She reached out, brushed her fingertips against the hem of his robe, quietly, invisibly. Immediately she was healed. But Jesus stopped, turned around, said, "Who touched my clothes?" She came forward trembling. He looked at her and said, "Daughter, your faith has healed you. Go in peace." Daughter, one word that gave back what years of isolation had stripped away. If you have been hiding your need, receiving quietly, hoping no one notices, he calls you forward, not to expose you, to name you. Reach out, he is already reaching back. Blind Bartimaeus. By the road near Jericho sat a blind man named Bartimaeus, begging, as he had every day for years. When he heard Jesus was passing, he shouted, "Jesus, Son of David, have mercy on me." The crowd told him to be quiet. He shouted louder. Jesus stopped, called him forward, asked, "What do you want me to do for you?" Bartimaeus said, "Rabbi, I want to see." Jesus said, "Your faith has healed you." Immediately he received his sight and followed Jesus down the road. The crowd tried to silence a cry they found inconvenient. Jesus stopped specifically for him and asked him to name his own longing, to put words to the thing he had wanted longest. If your need feels too loud, too much, too embarrassing to keep voicing, cry out anyway. And let yourself name it honestly, even quietly. What do you want him to do for you? Reach out, he is already reaching back. The little girl. A father named Jairus fell at Jesus' feet and begged him to come. His daughter, 12 years old, was dying. Jesus set out toward the house, but on the way messengers arrived. Your daughter is dead. Why bother the teacher anymore? And Jesus said to the father, don't be afraid, just believe. He continued to the house, put out the mourners who were already weeping, went into where the child was, took her by the hand and said, little girl, get up. She rose immediately and began to walk. And then, in the middle of this astonishing moment, Jesus told them to give her something to eat. Even in the miracle, he did not forget that she was a child who needed a meal. If you are carrying news that feels final tonight, a door that has been declared closed, a hope the messengers say is done, remember what he said on the road. Don't be afraid, just believe. He is never as far behind the situation as the worst news would have you think. Reach out, he is already reaching back. Lazarus. Lazarus was a friend Jesus loved. When he became ill, his sisters sent word and Jesus delayed. By the time he arrived, Lazarus had been dead 4 days. His sister Martha met him on the road. Lord, if you had been here, my brother would not have died. He didn't rebuke her. He asked where the tomb was. And when he saw Mary weeping, and those with her weeping, he wept. He wept, even knowing what he was about to do. Love does not skip past grief just because it knows what is coming. Then he came to the tomb, a cave with a stone rolled across the entrance, and called out in a loud voice, Lazarus, come out. And the man who had been dead 4 days came out. 4 days was supposed to be final, sealed, beyond any hope, and Jesus stood at the entrance of that finality and called anyway. If you are carrying something old tonight, a grief so sealed you've stopped praying about it, a hope buried so long you've almost forgotten what it felt like to hold it, know this. He wept before he called. Your sorrow is not a failure of faith. He enters the grief with you, even when he already holds the resolution. And no stone has been sealed long enough to be beyond his voice. Reach out, he is already reaching back. 6 people, 6 different kinds of need, 6 reasons to believe it might not work. The untouchable, the paralyzed, the one who tried to hide, the one the crowd silenced, the father holding the worst news, the sealed tomb. Every single one was met. You are met tonight too, exactly as you are. Not after the problem is resolved, not once you've earned the right to come close. Right here, whatever you carried into this night. He touched what no one else would touch. He healed the wound beneath the wound. He called you forward when you were hiding. He stopped for the cry that others tried to silence. He said, don't be afraid in the worst possible moment. He stood at the sealed stone and called anyway. He is the same tonight. Let your body be heavy. Let your breathing slow. Let the stories settle in. Reach out. He is already reaching back. Sleep now. Good night. Reach out. He is already reaching back. Healing Stories of Jesus, Xity Sleep Bible.